Hi, welcome to my next video on Azure fundamentals. We are going to see section virtual machines, in which we are going to see 20 questions in 20 minutes time frame. We will be seeing question answers and their explanations. The first question, true or false? User signing into Azure Virtual Desktop is fast because user profiles are all containerized by using FS logics. FS logic is a software. Okay, you need to choose the option between true and false. The right answer for this question is true. Let's see the reason. FS Logic is a software company that provides solution for virtual desktop infrastructure. Their products include FS Logic Profile Container, which allows the separation of user profile and the data from the underlying operating system and virtual disk. That will improve the performance and simplifying the management of VDI environment. And so option A is the right answer. Next question. As part of reorganization, the company needs to move the VM and the data to different region. This must be accomplished with little downtime as possible. The suggested solution is the company configures site recovery with another region in the same geographic cluster. Does it meet the goal? Yes or no? The right answer for this question is yes. Let's see the reason. Site recovery is a disaster recovery solution that allows a company to quickly recover critical system and application in the event of disaster, such as natural disaster, power outage, or cyber attack. When a company configures site recovery with another region in the same geographic cluster, they are essentially creating a replica of their primary systems and applications in a secondary location. And so, option A is the right answer. A company deploys a VM United, uh, sorry, a company deploys an Azure in the north central US region. The company adds VM and its resources to a resource group in the same region. As part of the organization, the company needs to move the VM and the data to different region. This must be accomplished with a little downtime as possible. The suggested solution was the company moves the VM to different resource group in this different region. Does it meet the goal? Yes or no? The right answer for this question is no. Let's see the reason. Moving a VM and data to a different region cannot be achieved using the resource group. And so B is the right answer. Next question. A company deploys a VM in the central US region. The company adds a VM and its resources to resource group in the same region. As part of reorganization, the company needs to move the VM and data to different region. This must be accomplished with little downtime as possible. The suggested solution is the company backs up the VM, delete the original VM, and recreates a VM in the different region. Does it meet the goal? Yes or no? The right answer for the question is no. Let's see the reason. The solution approach as stated here is possible. That is, the company backs up the VM, deletes the original VM, and recreate the VM in the different region. However, it is not easy and a quicker solution. And so option B is the right answer. Next question. You plan to deploy several Azure virtual machines. You need to ensure that the services running on the virtual machines remain available if a single data center fails. What are the two possible solutions? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. You need to choose any one between A and D. Option A, deploy the virtual machine in two or more availability zone. Option B, deploy the VM in two or more resource group. Option C, deploy the VM in scale set. Option D, deploy the VM in two or more region. The right answer for this question is option C. Let's see the reason. Deploying VMs in two or more regions or two or more availability zones ensures that if single data center failure will make sure that the VMs are available in other region or in availability zone will take over the control. And so option C is the right answer. Next question, you plan to deploy several virtual machines. You need to ensure that the services running on the virtual machines are available if a single data center fails. The suggested solution is you deploy the virtual machines to two or more scale set. Does this meet the goal? Is it yes or no? The right answer for this question is no. Let's see the reason. This answer does not specify that the scale set will be configured across multiple data centers or availability zone. So this solution does not meet the goal. Azure Virtual Machine Scale Set let you create and manage a group of load balancer VMs. The number of VM instances can be increased or decreased based upon the setup. And so option B is the right answer. Next question, true or false? Only VMs that run Windows Server can be created in availability zone. Is it yes or no? The right answer for this question is no. Regions that support availability zone support Linux virtual machines also. And so the right answer for this question is option B. Next question, you have several VMs in the Azure subscription. You create a new subscription by dash. Option A, the VMs cannot be moved to a new subscription. Option B, the VMs can be moved to new subscription. Option C, the VMs can be moved to new subscription only if they are in the same resource group. Option D, the VMs can be moved to new subscription only if they are in Windows Server 2016. The right answer for this question is option B. Let's see the reason. You can move a VM and its associated resources to different subscription by using Azure portal. Moving between subscription can be handy if you originally created a VM in a personal subscription and now you want to move it to company subscription. It's important to note that before moving the VMs to a new subscription, you need to deallocate the VMs and take generalized snapshot of VMs. Then move the VHD files to the new subscription and then create a new VMs from the VHD files. Yes, virtual machine in Azure can be moved to a new subscription. That's the right answer. There are several ways to move VMs to a new subscription. It's also important to consider the impact of moving VMs to new subscription on the configuration and the dependencies of the VM, such as storage account, virtual networks, and the other resources. And also make sure that you test the VMs after moving to the new subscription to ensure they are working as expected. Next question, you plan to deploy several Azure virtual machines. You need to ensure that the services running on the virtual machines are available if a single data center fails. The solution suggested is you deploy the virtual machine in two or more resource group. Does it meet the goal? Is it yes or no? The right answer for this question is no. The resource group is a logical container for Azure resources. When you create a resource group, you need to specify the location to create the resource group in. And so the right answer for this question is option B. Next question, when you need to delegate permission to several Azure VMs simultaneously, you must deploy the Azure VMs dash to the same Azure region or by using the same Azure Resource Manager template or to the same resource group or to same availability zone. The right answer for this question is to the same resource group. Let's see the reason. A resource group is a logical container for Azure resources. Resource groups make the management of the Azure resources much easier. And so the right answer for this question is option C. Next question, true or false? An Azure VM can be in multiple resource groups. Is it yes or no? The right answer for this question is no. Each resource can exist in only one resource group, and so the right answer for this question is option B. Next question, you have 50 virtual machine hosted on premises, and 50 virtual machines are hosted in Azure. The on-premises virtual machines and the Azure virtual machines connect to each other. Which type of cloud model is this? Is it hybrid, private, or public? The right answer for this question is hybrid. Let's see the reason. In hybrid cloud model, which is a combination of private cloud and public cloud, where an organization uses both on-premises resources and resources provided by the public cloud provider. In a hybrid cloud model, an organization on-premises infrastructure can be connected to a public cloud provider such as Azure or AWS, that is using a secure and highly available connection. And so the right answer for this question is hybrid model. Next question, your company plans to migrate several servers to Azure virtual machines. You need to identify which administrative responsibilities will be eliminated after the planned migration. Which of the two responsibilities you should have to identify? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. Option A, replacing failed server hardware. Option B, backing up the application data. Option C, managing physical server security. Option D, updating server operating system. Option E, managing permission to shared documents. You need to choose two among them. Out of these answers, if you look, updating server operating system, which will be automatic by the cloud service provider. Managing permission to share the document, that should have to be done by the customer. And so D and E is not the right answer. Backing up the application data, which can be set by the application and then can be used by the Azure services. And so that is also not the right option. So the right answer for this question is option A and C, that is replacing failed server hardware and managing physical server security. And so what we can conclude here is Azure virtual machine can run on Azure Hyper-V physical servers. The physical servers are all owned and managed by Microsoft or the cloud service provider. As an Azure customer, you have no access to physical server. Replacing failed server hardware and managing physical server security are the duties of the cloud service provider. And so the right answer for this question is option B. Next question, you have 1,000 virtual machine hosted on the Hyper-V host in a data center. You plan to migrate all the virtual machine to Azure pay-as-you-go subscription. You need to identify which expenditure model to use for a planned Azure solution. Which expenditure model should you identify? Is it operational or elastic or capital or scalable? Capital straight away is not the right answer because not we are not going to invest heavily on procuring the cloud service provider resources. So B and C are the one of the features of cloud, and so they are also not the close answer. So for the question asked, option A is the right answer. Let's see more about why we have chosen this answer. One of the major challenges that you will face when you move from on-premises to public cloud is that switch from capital expenditure, that is buying extra hardware, to operating expenditure, that is paying as a service as you get it. So the operational model is the right answer for this question. Next question, which Azure compute resource can you use to deploy to manage a set of identical virtual machine? Is it VM availability set or VM compatibility set or VM scale set or VM available scale set? The right answer for this question is option C, that is VM scale set. Let's see the response. VM scale set is used to deploy identical VMs based upon demand to achieve scalability and high availability. And so option C is the right answer. Next question, choose the right hierarchy. Option A, rack has many server, each server has hypervisor, and each hypervisor can have one or more number of VMs. Option B, rack has many server, each server has hypervisor, and each hypervisor has one VM. Option C, rack has many server, each server has one or more VMs, and each VM has a hypervisor. The right answer for this question is option A. Here, the right hierarchy will be rack contain multiple servers, and every server has a hypervisor, and every hypervisor will have many virtual machines. And so A is the right option. Next question, true or false? Application hosted in virtual machine may clash sometimes while sharing physical server resources. Is it true or false? The right answer for this question is true. Yes, application hosted in virtual machine may clash sometimes while sharing physical server resources. Virtual machines share the host of server hardware resources such as CPU, memory, storage, and if one virtual machine is using large amount of these resources, it can cause performance issues for other virtual machines running on the same host. This is known as resource contention, and it can occur when multiple virtual machines are running on the same host and competing for same resources. If virtual machine is using large amount of CPU or memory, it can cause other VMs to experience slow performance or even crash. To mitigate this issue, administrators can use various techniques such as limiting the resources allocated to the virtual machine, using resource management studios, or using different types of virtualization such as para virtualization, which allows for more efficient sharing of the resources. And so option A is the right answer. Next question, which among the following OS cannot be virtualized easily? Is it Linux or Mac OS or Windows NT or Mainframe OS? The right answer for this question is Mainframe OS. Let's see the reason. Mainframe OS requires special hardware which is very expensive and difficult to maintain, or in fact complex to maintain. So mainframe OS cannot be virtualized easily, and so option D is the right answer. Next question, true or false? Virtual machine in the server may have the same OS that of the server OS or of different operating system. Is it true or false? The right answer for this question is true. Let's see the reason. Virtual machine in the server can have same OS as of the host server, or they can have a different OS. When VMs have the same OS of the host server, it is known as bare metal virtualization. This type of virtualization is efficient because virtual machine can directly access the host hardware resources, resulting high performance. On the other hand, when virtual machine have a different OS than the host server, it's known as para virtualization. In this case, virtual machines can run top of the virtual layer known as hypervisor that emulates the underlying hardware. This type of virtualization may have a slightly lower performance compared to native virtualization, but it offers more flexibility in terms of type of operating system that can run on the virtual machines. In summary, virtual machines in a server can have either the same or different OS than that of the host server. Depending on the specific use case and the requirement, this setup can be done. Next question, true or false? Virtual machine share dash RAM, OS, disk, CPU. Is it true or false? The right answer for this question is true. In virtualization environment, the host OS and the guest OS can be either or of different that can share the underlying host OS resources like RAM, OS, disk, and CPU. And so the right answer for this question is option A. With that, I end up today's session. Thank you very much, and I hope this video is helpful to you. If you like this video, please go ahead and subscribe, and don't forget to ring the bell. And if you do so, you will get most recent updates from me, and you will get into the next video set that will be helpful for you, your interview preparation or exam preparation. I hope this video is helpful to you. We will meet again in the same topic in the next video. Again, 20 questions in 20 minutes time. And so till then, stay safe. Bye now.